I got you, bro. Double strap your backpack because we're going 6 periods in just a couple of minutes. The early 20th century, Europe was like the wildest high school you could imagine, where the jocks, nerds, and punks aren't just fighting over lunch tables, they're dealing with real power and territory. We're talking about a place where everyone's side-eyeing everyone else. Alliances are shifting quicker than Insta Reels, and a level of he said, she said that would make your gossip-loving ex blush. We've got a cast of characters here, starting with this guy named Franz Ferdinand. Not the 2000s rock band, I'm talking about the Archduke of Austria-Hungary. This dude was basically the high school heartthrob and starting quarterback, heir to the throne, big man on campus. So on June 28, 1914, he and his wife Sophie decide to visit Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia. Now, a few years earlier, Austria-Hungary had swooped in and basically claimed Bosnia as their own, which was like the head cheerleader stealing someone else's boyfriend. There were a bunch of Bosnian Serbs who weren't about to sit around and let that happen. In comes Princip, a guy who's had enough. He's a part of this group called the Black Hand. I know, it sounds like some secret society out of a Marvel movie, but trust me, bro, it's not. It was a Serbian nationalist group, and they were not happy about Austria-Hungary annexing Bosnia. So Princip pulls a fast one, whips out a gun, and shoots Franz and his wife. Suddenly, the star quarterback is down, and the whole school is shook. Austria-Hungary is ready to riot, bro. They blame Serbia for the whole thing, even though it was one rogue dude who did the deed. They're so angry they send Serbia an ultimatum, a list of demands, which is like the principal handing out a bunch of detentions, expecting Serbia to just take it. Serbia tries to compromise, agreeing to most of them, but Austria-Hungary isn't having it. They want to teach Serbia a lesson, so they declare war on July 28, 1914. Now here's where the cliques come into play. Russia's got Serbia's back. They're like the nerdy kids who have been friends since kindergarten and now have each other's backs no matter what. They start mobilizing their army to support Serbia, but then Germany, who's in with Austria-Hungary, sees this and they're like, oh no you don't, and they declare war on Russia. France was buddy-buddy with Russia and finds itself dragged into the whole mess because Germany declares war on them too. Then Germany gets the idea to take a shortcut to France through Belgium, like someone trying to cut through the library to get to class faster. But Belgium's like, hey, you can't just walk through here. Britain had signed a treaty with Belgium, so they're honor bound to step in, like a big brother protecting a little bro. They declare war on Germany. Suddenly, this isn't just a brawl between two kids behind the bleachers, it's a full-blown school-wide rumble. And that's how World War I kicks off, bro. It's like a flame catching on a curtain in a room full of fireworks. The assassination was just the spark. These alliances were like chains, and once one link was pulled, it yanked all the rest along with it. After it started, the war became more about pride, ego, power, and trying to hold on to what each country had left. It was no longer about avenging Franz. It became a fight for survival. The battlefield was a terrible place with new, horrifying weapons like tanks, machine guns, airplanes, and even chemical weapons. It was a brutal and bloody conflict that raged till 1918, leaving millions dead and the world forever changed. The Treaty of Versailles, which ended World War I, put the blame on Germany and Austria-Hungary, essentially telling them they were the bullies and they had to pay. This left Germany with some serious issues, like huge debts and an economy that was sinking faster than a lead balloon. This created a ton of anger and resentment, kind of like a kid who gets grounded and blamed for something his siblings did too. Just a couple of decades later, World War II kicked off, but that's a whole different can of worms, bro. Now, what about the United States involvement? Well, at first, the US is like the new kid who just transferred and doesn't want to get involved in the drama. They're neutral at the start of the war in 1914. They're trading with everyone and trying to keep out of the fight. But as the war drags on, things get complicated. Germany, trying to starve Britain into submission, decides to use unrestricted submarine warfare. They're the one who shows up to the pillow fight packing a beanbag chair. In 1915, they sink an ocean liner carrying many American passengers. It's a big deal and turns a lot of American opinion against Germany. Plus, there's the Zimmerman telegram, where Germany tried to get Mexico to fight the US. That's like someone passing a note trying to get another student to start a fight. It's the last straw. The United States declares war on Germany in April 1917. They start sending troops, also known as the American Expeditionary Forces, to Europe. These fresh soldiers play a big part in helping to turn the tide against Germany. I hope that answered your question, dude. Bro, if you got a question, put it in the comments.